Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama-shloke Bhaktir-bhavati naishtaki. Huh? Yeah, he asked. Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam discussion, which is a part of Bhakti Vaibhava studies. So, only 6, 7, 8, 7 students on online, and 4 plus the 7, 7 plus 7 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 9, 12, 13, 13 students. Okay. How many slokas are remaining in that chapter? 28 we discussed till 28. Yeah. So what is happening? What is going on? Harigopal Prabhu, tell me what we discussed yesterday.
I forgot fully where we were.
Huh? Gopal, what you are doing?
I left the class fully at 3 o'clock.
Your voice is not audible.
I left the class at 3 o'clock, Puji.
Oh,
I don't know where we were.
0. Why? What is okay? Your voice is not audible, Prabhu. Somehow we don't know reason. Ujjwal Prabhu, tell me what you learned yesterday. Total 3.5 hours we sat.
Hare Krishna Bhavaji.
Uh,
Yesterday we learned the
uh,
Shotasakra yoga process, how to live air
uh,
from navel to gradually gradually uplifted to the
Brahmarandra.
Brahma.
Murtini. Yeah.
Then the journey of yogis to gradually one planet to another planet and ultimate the Brahmaloka, and from Brahmaloka when this uh, um, mm, fire is by Ananta Shisha fire, they ultimately they go back to the Godhead. This journey actually is journey of this process, gradual upliftment. This process are described almost.
Why it
here.
came? Why Sukadeva Goswami discussed this? Puneet Prabhu, mic is with you. Tell me, what do you learn yesterday?
About the diagram, Prabhu.
Ah,
If there's a contamination of heart in Rajas and Tamas,
okay.
if he has, then he should do dharana on Virat Rupa.
Yes.
He gets purification, then he does dhyana on Paramatma.
Yes.
Then he can do proper dhyana, then he gets samadhi.
Ah,
Then with respect to Brahman conception, while living with the body, while living his body with Shatachakra Yoga, if he is curious, then he goes through Krama Mukti, step by step up to Satyaloka. Then with Brahma, he goes to Shirodaksaya Vishnu, and he goes to his abode actually.
ah.
And he gets liberation. And if he doesn't have any curiosity, he will get directly liberation.
You are so intelligent, huh? So which sloka is telling about the Brahman realization? Now you tell. Which sloka is telling Virat Rupa? One should meditate on Virat Rupa if he is. Huh? '18 sloka? Ah, yeah. Vaishnavam Padam. Yes. Write the question. Explain the process of attaining liberation in the case of yogi whose heart is clean from beginning. Okay? Explain the process of क्या है? What is it? You read it.
Explain the process of attaining liberation
Ah,
in the case of yogi
ah,
whose heart is clean from beginning.
yes.
That is fourth type of sadhaka. No?
Yes. Fourth type of sadhana. Kechit.
Yeah.
Yes. From Kechit you should start until Yeah. Till the Shat Chakra Yoga, everything you should mention. And finally, liberation. This will be the, yeah, 15 marks. This will be the 15 marks. Okay, next. Brahman realization. Okay. Devotees know Brahman better than pure Jnanis. Substantiate the following statement. What is that? Devotees know Brahman better than Jnanis. Devotees. Yeah, bhaktas. Okay. Three marks. So there is bhakti element is there. So that's why we consider. Those are also so-called bhaktas only, na? Bhakti Misra yogis. Yeah, in that way. Yeah.
So this question, devotees know Brahman better than Gyanis, is based on text 18.
Yes, we should write the text. Then we can. Then your answer is perfect.
Okay. And the other thing is, when you say Bhakti Misra Yogis,
Bhakti Misra Yoga.
that term is exchangeable with Yoga Misra Bhakti, or there's a difference when we say Yoga Misra Bhakti Yogis or
Bhakti Misra Yoga.
Misra Yogis? It's the same.
No, we're very different actually. Yeah.
Is it possible to know the difference?
That is their example is in the Bhagavad Gita. For the Yoga Misra Bhaktas, you can see in the their final goal, final result is different. In the case of Bhakti Misra Yogas, they will be getting liberation. But in the case of Yoga Misra Bhaktas, they will be attaining some Sarupya Mukti, like that.
Yes, Alokya.
Yeah.
So when you say Bhakti Misra Yogi, it's the same that saying yoga, like a
It's
process
yoga.
of yoga.
Yes.
You're just clarifying that there is some element of bhakti.
Yes.
Okay.
Bhakti is Gauna in that. Bhakti Misra Yoga means Bhakti is Gauna. Gauna.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not predominant, but
Yes,
it's there.
it's very minute.
Very minute.
Yeah. Okay, you understood the answer what you should write for the second. And for the first question, you should write from 8 to 20. Not only 28, you should go further till 32. Till 32. 8 to 32, you should summarize. And you should write that diagram. That diagram obviously will come what I showed yesterday. Explain the Shat Chakra Yoga. 5 marks. Write it. No problem. Next. Any important points we discussed yesterday? Karuna Sindhu Prabhu? Huh?
Two muktis that will come up to Krama Mukti and Sadhya Mukti.
explain the process of Krama Mukti. Yes. 10 marks. Yes. Okay, we'll start today's. You know what you should write for this Krama Mukti? We are going to discuss that finishing. That means from that, before that means after doing the Shat Chakra Yoga, so now you are about to leave the, this body. At that time, if yogi is having the desire or the yogi is having the curiosity to know the enjoyment in other planetary systems, then you should start like that and write. He will go to the first where. So at that time, he will be having the, he will be leaving the body along with the subtle body. Yes. Then after that, he will be going to the first Vaishwanar Loka. There, his subtle body is purified. Then after that, he is traveling to the Shishumara. And then he is entering into that pivot. What is that? What is that? Shishumara only, no? That is Shishumara. So that is the entrance to the higher planetary systems, Maharloka. This Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka, these are attained by the people who are desirous Brahma Vidam. That means who are the knowers of Brahman. Usually those people get. But below to that, Swarga is there. Swarga is attained by whom? Karmakandis. So generally, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, or Satyaloka are attained by Grahastha, Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi, if they follow their duties strictly. So they will be attaining that. Like that it is said in somewhere. Then after entering into the Maharloka, what will happen? How many days he will stay? He shall stay Brahmas 1 day. Every day what will happen? Every day there is a pralaya till Swarga. Till the Swarga, pralaya will be there. Everything will be is destroyed by the Anantashesh. By his fire, everything is destroyed. And this scorching heat, because of this heat, what will happen at the end of the day of Brahma? People will leave. People, they vacate the Maharloka and they will go to the Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka. Because of the heavy heat, they cannot stay actually there. Immediately they will vacate. At that time, this yogi automatically, he will leave this place and go to the top planet. And these 3 planets, so whoever is staying there, they will be, what is the age of those living entities in those 3 planets? Janaloka, Tapoloka, and Satyaloka, 100 years of Brahmaji. Everyone will be having the lifespan of that much. No, 3. All 3. You'll be learning in the 3rd canto, 11th chapter it will come. So their age, their lifespan will be 100 years of Brahmaji. So then after that, what will happen? He will be reaching to the Brahmaloka and he will be staying with him there. So what is happening there is explained in the 28th sloka. 28 or 1 second. Okay, 27. So Satyaloka, how it is? Nayatra shoko na jara na mrityur natir nacha udvego rite kutaschit yat chit tatah adaha कृपयानिदं विदाम दुरंत दुःख प्रभावनु दर्शनात्. So the translation is, in that planet of Satyaloka, there is neither bereavement, nor old age, nor death. There is no pain any kind, and therefore there are no anxieties, save that sometimes due to consciousness there is a feeling of compassion for those unaware of process of devotional service, who are subjected to unsurpassable miseries in the material world. So that's why in this Satyaloka, people, everyone will be living till the end of the Brahmaji's life. No death. That's why there is no death and there is no old age. Everyone will be. So no old age means it's not like spiritual world, but relatively comparatively other planets, there is no death. Regular death is not there. So that means dying there and so going back, no. So that's why so they will be staying 100 years. So this planet is like this. Explain the characteristics of Satyaloka, right? Write the characteristics of the Satyaloka. 3 marks. You are all business people actually. If you say questions, wherever I feel question, I will give question. It's a good line actually. Now it is answer na. Answer is clear na to you. Ultimately, what we want you to learn somehow by hook and crook, somehow or other. So if you are going to learn by the greed of marks, so then we will encourage like that only. So this is the answer you should write. Okay, next 28 sloka today we have to start. Tato vishesham pratipadya nirbhayas tenatmanapo nalamurtiratvaran ज्योतिर्मयो वायुमुपेत्य काले वाव्यात्मना कं बहु बृहदात्मलिंगम. After reaching Satyaloka, the devotee is specifically able to be incorporated fearlessly by the subtle body in an identity similar to that of the gross body. And one after another, he gradually attains stages of existence from earthly to water, fiery, glowing, and airy until he reaches the eternal stage. So now, yogi, where he is, there are 2 options here also. There are 2 options. This yogi can stay till the time of Brahmaji, or otherwise he will understand the pleasure in this Satyaloka and yes, enough. Now let me go further. So he can go further also. So otherwise he can stay there till till the complete devastation happens, till the end of Brahmaji's life. Both are possible. So now we take the case of who is going so further. Yes.
What we discuss, this is discuss about yogis like Jnana Yogi or Brahma Yogi, Bhakti Mishra Yogi.
Yeah.
But what about devotees case? How to understand? Like a devotee has also desire, material desires, And some it is also said, Prabhupada, ki devotee when dies, as soon as sleeps, closes eyes, immediately reach to the spiritual world.
Yes.
So how to understand
Devotees go directly, Prabhu. Devotees go directly.
if they are pure in the sense sufficiently? Other,
Devotional process is such a way it will finish every. Na parameshtyam, anaka prashtam, something is there. Na?
No,
That
but
means
there's-
one will not desire the opulence
No,
of the Brahmaji.
there verses Bhagavad Gita 6.45, 46 there, no?
Yeah.
Yogi now kule dhimatam, and there is Saswati Sama, that is there. So he gets birth a Swargaloka, or he gets birth the pure devotees, birth family, unsuccessful yogi.
That is
So-
different. That is 8th chapter.
Six chapters.
Huh? Six.
Yogi now sarve sammadagatam. That is
Okay.
before that. Three,
Okay.
4 slokas there. No?
Okay.
When Arjuna asked what happened, whether the driven cloud, the devotees neither success or not, then he gives Krishna.
They are not the devotees actually. They are the yogis only.
In purports, which no come to know about devotee like that.
Yeah. So that is the discussion of yogis only. Yeah. Devotees actually see, even Bhagavata, many places we get. Devotees, they don't they have no interest in even the opulence of Brahmaji. Napara meshtyam. What is that sloka? Napara meshtyam. Na sargam punarbhavam. Even they are not interested in heavenly pleasure, and they don't want the position of the Indra. So like this. So devotees' condition is like this. That's why they don't go.
Ishtam na cha parameshtam, na sarvabhavam na rasadhipatyam.
Yeah, yeah.
Na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va samanjasatvam virahaya kanche. Dhritarashtra.
Yes. अत तत्रैव यदि महाकल्पपर्यन्तं स्थातुम् इच्छति तदा ब्रह्मणा सह एव मुच्यते. If after reaching Brahmaloka, this yogi, if he desires, so then he can stay till end of the Brahmaji, and along with Brahmaji he can get liberation. That is possible. Yadi cha tadanantarameva mokshamichati. After reaching there immediately, if he wants to get the liberation, then tada sapta avaranani nirvidyaiva brahma pravishati iti tat prakaramaha. Then what he has to do? If he wants to get the liberation, then he has to cross the 7 layers of the Brahmanda. So that means after Satyaloka, what is there? And above is only the 7 layers are there. What are those layers? Earth, water, fire, air, ether, false ego, Mahat, Pradhan. Actually total 8, na? 8? Yes, 8. Yeah, each is 10 times. Yeah. Jiva Goswami says these are the 8 layers actually. So one by one he has to cross. So first of all, the core of the Brahmanda is how much? What is the diameter of the core of the Brahmanda? 4 billion miles. That means 50 crore yojanas. 50 crore yojanas means 1 yojana is equal to 8 miles. That means 50 into 8, 400 crores. 400 crores means 4 billion. 4 billion miles of the diameter is there. That is the core of the Brahmanda. On the top of this, what is the layer is there? That is the earth layer. It is also, what is the dia of this? This is also 50 crore yojanas. he has to cross this. So now he has to enter into this earth, which is covering the core of the Brahmanda, this layer. So tataha vishesham panchashat koti yojana vishalasya brahmandasya prathamavarana rupam prithvim panchashat koti yojana pramanam pratipadya prapya. This diameter of that earth covering is also is a 50. Kena prakarena tena atmana prithvi rupena. So then how to cross this earth layer? First he should cross earth layer, then he will get the form of earth. Prithvi rupena. Kena prakar, how to cross this? Prithvi rupena. Evam uttaratrapi drashtavyam. So that means he will get the form of earth, so that he can go into so that he can travel in that, cross in that. And after that, 10 times greater to this earth layer is the water layer. So then he will get the form of water and he will travel that. Then he will get the form of fire. So then he will cross that fire layer is 10 times greater to the water layer. So he will cross that. And like that, so nirbhayaha tattadatmatvena kleda dahadi shanka sunya ityardaha. So that's why he is getting the form of fire. So that's why he doesn't have any thrust. If he has material body or material form, then what will happen? Then he will get the pain. Yes or no? If you are in the material body and you are put into the fire. Material body means body made with mud, earth. Then what will happen? That will be burnt out. So that's why if you want to go peacefully, cross that layer means you should get the same form of that layer. Otherwise you cannot cross. Yes? Gokulan Prabhu, you're getting? Yeah. Yes. Tataha apaha prithvi dashaguna pramanaha pratipatya avatmena iti sheshaha. Tataha analamurtihi jala dashagunam teja avaranam prapyetyardha atvaran bhavet. Tatra prithvi jaladishu grana rasanadi indriyaihi gandharasadhin vichitra bhogya vishayan bhuktamevit bhav. What is the meaning of this? He is getting the form of earth and he is traveling, he is crossing the earth layer means he is enjoying their various kinds of the materials or products made by the earth material. That is the meaning we should understand. Why he is Kramamukti means what? He wants to see the enjoyment in each level. That means as much as you progress, there is enjoyment is more. So compared to the Swarga, Maharloka's enjoyment is more. Compared to Maharloka, Janaloka. Compared to that, Tapa. Compared to Satya. Like that, if you go to the top layers, so it is more actually. So that means he is crossing the earth layer means he is relishing the various kinds of the Vichitra Bhogya Vishayan, which are made up of earth material. So these are all yoga system. I don't know clearly, but you should understand. Okay. Next, similarly, water and also fire. That means now he is in the fire layer. What is the form? His form is Jalamayam, Jyotirmayam. That means it is completely, Vishwanath. So tato Jyotirmayaha kale vayuvatmana vayum tejo dasagunam upetya. So then after that he will get the form of fire, sorry, air, and he will cross the that come vayu dashagunam akashe. So that final layer is what? Is the final, not final layer. There's a fifth layer is the akash, and it is 10 times to the layer of the air. So then he is crossing that also. That the length of the layer is 10 times. Width, sorry, the width of the layer is 10 times, like this. Yeah. So first core will be there, core of the Brahmanda. So then after that 50 crores of the yojanas. So that much width of the thick layer will be there around to this. Yeah.
It means now after Brahma Loka, Sat Loka, where we discussed layers, different made of elements. Is there their life? That means living entities are there. Yeah, just like life is there. Just simply
Crossing only.
crossing only. Just like
Yeah.
road is there. Nothing.
No
is
loka.
there.
That is not loka.
Not vacant place only. Huh? But you said he
Huh?
will. But
But
enjoyment.
enjoyment is there. There's
But-
different various happiness will available there.
What kind of?
Objects for the senses are there.
But it is nothing is there. Only just mud. Just like layer. Just wall is there.
No, something is there actually, but we don't know that. Huh? Some happiness. I don't know, Prabhu. I don't know much actually. Please. That layer, but what Acharya is saying, so while crossing that layer, you are enjoying the objects for the nose. That means what is the earth? Quality of the earth is the smell. So that means you will be getting the highest pleasure for the sensation. That means for the smelling, so you'll be getting the highest fragrance there, best fragrance. Huh? Huh? Yes. Okay, so this is the thing. Anyone who can reach Brahmaloka or Satyaloka by dint of spiritual perfection and practice is qualified to attain three different types of perfection. One who has attained a specific planet by dint of pious activities attained places in terms of his comparative pious activities. One who has attained the place by dint of Virat or Hiranyagarbha worship is liberated along with the liberation of Brahma. But one who attains the place by dint of devotional service is specifically mentioned here in relation to how he can penetrate into the different coverings of the universe and thus ultimately disclose his spiritual identity in the absolute atmosphere of supreme existence. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, all the universes are clustered together up and down, and each and every one of them is separately sevenfold covered. The watery portion is beyond the sevenfold coverings, and each covering is 10 times more expansive than the previous covering. So that means Brahmanda, that each layer is having, first layer is having the 50 crores of the yojanas. So 10 times to that width is water like that. Finally, you will be having what layer? That is the pradhana. And outside to that, what is there? Completely causal water. Causal ocean is there. Okay. The personality of Godhead who creates all such universes by his breathing period lies above the clusters of the universes. The water of the causal ocean is differently situated than the covering water of the universe. The water that serves as covering for the universe is material, whereas the water of the causal ocean is spiritual. What you are understanding? The water that serves as covering the universe is material, whereas, yeah, the water of the causal ocean is spiritual. So water layer is there, na? That is material. But outside to this Brahmanda, there is water is there. This is causal ocean. That is the spiritual water. You will understand this in the Bhagavad Sandarbha. Causal ocean is also spiritual. As such, the watery covering mentioned herein is considered to be the false egoistic covering of all living entities. And the gradual process of liberation from the material covering, one after another, as mentioned herein, is the gradual process of being liberation from false egoistic conceptions of the material gross body and then being absorbed in the identification of the subtle body till attainment of pure spiritual body in the absolute realm of the kingdom of God. It's clear. So that means we are gradually living. That means one thing actually. So by crossing the earth layer, so then that conception is finished from you. Then after that, water, fire like this, then false ego. Then pure Jivatma is coming out from the Brahmanda. So Srila Sridhara Swami confirms that a part of material nature after being initiated by the Lord is known as the Mahatattva. A fractional portion of the Mahatattva is called false ego. A portion of the ego is the vibration of the sound, and a portion of the sound is atmospheric air. A portion of the airy atmosphere is turned into forms. The forms constitute the power of the electricity or heat. Heat produces the smell of the aroma of the earth, and the grass earth is produced by such aroma. This is the process, Panchikarana process is explaining. Okay, how the things are manifesting. So the fearless devotees of the Lord penetrates each one of them and ultimately reaches the absolute atmosphere where everything is of one and same the spiritual identity. Then the devotees enters one of the Vaikuntha planets where he assumes exactly the same form as the Lord and engages in the loving transcendental service of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of devotional life. Beyond this, there is nothing to be desired or achieved by the perfect yogi. So anyway, Prabhupada is always says the devotional aspect, but yogis, they go to the account to their sadhana. This Bhakti Misra Yoga, they will go to the liberation only. And Yoga Misra Bhaktis, they will be going to the some Salokya, Samipya, Sarupi, Ityadis, Muktis. So this kind of Muktis they will get. So best thing is, yeah, going to the spiritual abode and serving him. That is the highest perfection. Next one is Granena Gandham Rasanena Vairasam Rupam Chadrishtya Shvasanam Tvachaiva Srotrena Chopetya Nabo Gunatvam Pranena Chakuti Mupeti Yogi. Translation.
The devotee thus surpasses the subtle objects of different senses, like the flavor by smelling, the palate by tasting, the vision by seeing forms, the touch by contacting, the vibration of the ear by ethereal identification, and the sense organs by material activities.
Thank you. So on the top of this sky, now we are in the where? We crossed the sky layer. So after that, which layer is there? false ego. So false ego is the cause for the what? When the creation happens, from the false ego what comes? Huh? From false ego what comes? Tell me. Huh? From false ego what elements comes? Huh? Sound. What do we get? Who will tell? Yes, Prabhu. Radha Govardhan Prabhu. Okay.
After false ego, I think sound should come. Then after sound, touch. Similarly, we come down to earth, smell.
From false ego, we get the three different sets of the elements. False ego is three types: tamasika ahankara, rajasika ahankara, and satvika ahankara. From the tamasika ahankara, we get the sense objects, that is rupa, rasa, gandha, sparsha, shabda. It means smell, taste, touch, no, form, touch, and sound. These are the five elements comes from the tamasika ahankara, and working senses and knowledge senses both will come from rajasika ahankara, and finally the presiding deities of the senses and the mind, they are coming from the sattvika ahankara. So now mahat, you can, yeah, vijnanam is mahat. Sense objects. Huh?
Sense perception.
15 forms of sense.
Chapter 24, Canto 11. Philosophy of Sankhya.
Okay, leave it. You take this. From sense objects it will come, and from the sense objects, gross elements, gross material will come. Pancha Mahabhutas. From the tamasika ahankara, sound, touch, form, taste, smell, they come. And from this, by mixing all this, you'll be getting the sky, air, fire, water, and gross elements you'll get. Anyway, now why we are discussing this? Now the layer of the ahankara is there. You have to travel. You have to cross that. That is the discussion ours. So the devotee thus surpasses subtle objects of different senses, like aroma by smelling, the palate by tasting, vision by seeing forms, touch by contacting, the vibrations of ear by ethereal identification, and the sense organs and material activities. All these he will cross, because false ego is the cause for all these. Yes or no? These are the products of the false ego. So that's why he is crossing false ego, means he is crossing the smell, taste, touch, okay, and so on. So, and also working and knowledge, actions, various actions. He is crossing all these actions. Prabhu, after the sky, this is the coming. Causal ocean we didn't go till now. We didn't reach. We are still at the layers only. We are here. Where we are? We are. This is core. This is the 50. That means 4 billion. And this is the earth. This is how much? This is also 4 billion. And this is 10 times to this. This is 40 billion. This is what? Water layer. and like this. Fire, air, oh, air, now sky. Here false ego, then Mahat. So here Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is lying. This is the half filled, and Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is lying here. And here this on this lotus. So this stem is there, and 14 planetary systems are there. This is Satyaloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka, and like this. This is Bhuloka. We are now here. So we every Brahmanda. Like these all Brahmandas, this one Brahmanda is there in big causal ocean. As millions of Brahmandas are there. Okay. Huh? Yeah, according to the Brahmaji's capacity, so Brahmanda size also changes. Yeah. Okay, question later. Okay. later. So this is the thing. Now he is crossing the false ego. Why crossing means false ego? What are the products of the false ego? These sense objects, working senses, knowledge senses, and that's why it is given in this. What is that? ग्राणेन गंधम रसनेन रसम रूपम च दृष्ट्या श्वसनं त्वचैव क्षोत्रेण च नभोर्गुणत्वम प्राणेन च आकुतिम. Akuti means activities. So various activities, all these things he will cross. Purport. Beyond the sky there are suitable coverings resembling the elementary coverings of the universes. The grass coverings are a development of partial ingredients of subtle causes. So the yogi or devotee, along with the liquidation of the gross elements, relinquishes the subtle causes like aroma by smelling. So the pure spiritual spark, the living entity, thus becomes completely cleansed of all material contamination to become eligible for entrance into the kingdom. We don't know exactly what is happening to that yogi there while crossing, what happens exactly. I also don't know. It is not written, and I am not yogi. And if you people have any experience of that in the past life, you can share. You can elaborate these commentaries. This can give. I don't know. And our acharyas also didn't give. If they write something, then I will speak. Otherwise, from where I should bring? Next, Sabhuta Sukshmendriya Sannikarsham Manomayam Devamayam Vikaryam Samsadhya Gatya Sahatena Yati Vijnana Tattvam Guna Sannirodham. The devotees, thus surpassing the grass and the subtle forms of coverings, so enters the plane of egoism, and in that status he merges the material modes of nature. In this point of neutralization, and thus reaches egoism in goodness. After this, all egoism is merged in the Mahatattva and becomes to the point of pure self-realization. One point I have to mention here. Srila Jiva Goswami writes, in the 29th sloka, what we crossed? Tell me. All the false egoic, that is the wrong actually. I said wrong. In the 29th sloka, we are crossing the elements which are coming from the false ego, not the false ego. Understand? Which are coming, the products of the false ego. What are those? So the sense objects, taste, form, and so and so, and also the working senses and knowledge senses. These are in the subtle form. The yogi is crossing those. Where they are actually? They are in the layer of false ego, or they are layer in the sky. So after the sky, next false ego is coming. So, but he crossed the sky and he is crossing these subtle elements. So where you should include these subtle elements? Siddha Hari Prabhu, where we should include? What is the time now? What is the time? 9 o'clock? 10?
No, I'm currently in Zambia. It is 2 p.m. there right now.
2 p.m. Which? 2 p.m. Okay. Same, we are also having the.
Oh, sorry. 10 a.m. I'm watching. 10 a.m.
Okay, now tell me. So where these subtle elements are there? These elements are also included in the sky. These subtle elements are there in the sky only. Jiva Goswami is saying here, Gandha tanmatradinam sukshmatvena anupalabhyamanatvad akashatulyatvam iti akashantar gananat astau eva avaranani avasiyante. So vakyamidam tu evam vechanim tatra grananiti granadvara. So that's why these subtle elements are there in the sky. They are counted in the layer of sky only. Then after that, crossing that, we are going to the false ego. Saha bhuta sukshmendriya sannikarsham manomayam devamayam vikaryam samsadhya katya sahatena yati vijnana tattvam gunasannirodho. So that means the devotee, the surpassing the grass and subtle elements, subtle forms of the coverings, enters the plane of egoism. Now he is entering into the plane of egoism. Yes, false ego, ahankara. And in that status, he merges the material modes of nature in this point of neutralization, and thus reaches egoism in goodness. So manomayam devamayam bhutendriya sannikarsham vikaryam samsadhya gatya sahatena yati vijnana tattvam gunasannirodham. So in the false ego is also how many types are there? 3. So one is what? One is the false tamasika hankara, so rajasika and satvika hankara. So here he is crossing this all kinds of the ahankaras. Nothing clear actually. So that means each first tamasic ahankara he crosses. So that means once he crossed tamasic ahankara means sense objects are, that means merged into this, and he in the future he will not be having any touch of these sense objects. Then after that, next layer is rajasic ahankara. In the ahankara, 3 layers are there. Rajasic ahankara, there the senses is merged into that, and then he will be going further. So when he goes further, then there will be, so he is having subtle body, na? Subtle body is having the various elements, and each elements he is living. He is living each and every element. So that means subtle body consists of what? Senses, mind, intelligence, and false ego. This is a subtle body. So he is living in the senses, and also sense objects. Senses and sense objects, both you should take. Sense objects means Rupa Rasa Gandha. So this all is left. So subtle forms of that means these are all the subtle form. Yeah.
Object, it is a subtle form. How? Just like
Rupa Rasa Gandha Sparsha Shabda. These.
Rupa, just some form is that is made of elements like earth. Just a Rupa is there made.
Yeah.
That is gross form.
Yeah.
How Rupa in subtle form? Yeah, just taste. When we
Taste
say
is also in subtle form, na? So that the object of senses, that is a taste. Taste is not this gross thing. Actually, if you take Rasagulla, in that taste is there. That the taste is very subtle. So that is the is not visible to us actually. So that is a sense object. So those are merged into the
so we can
false
say
ego.
that means any object had two sense, like in the sense a gross sense and a subtle sense. It's like then you can say table. This table is a gross.
Yes.
Now we are seeing form. So that table has to be in subtle form also.
This table is made up, no, not this table is having 5 elements. So now you see, if you table is having so is made up of 5 elements. It is not only earth. It is made up of 5 elements. So why sound is coming? Because in this sky is there, and because of that, what is that is possessing the subtle element sound. So that's why it is coming. And this is having the fire in it. That's why it is having some color form. And it is also having so earth. If you smell it, you can get some smell. So every object, gross objects, all made up of the 5 elements, and they are also possessing these 5 gross elements, the 5 sense objects in it. So now already he left the 5 gross elements. So now he is crossing the subtle elements, so which are included in the sky only. So those also he crossed. Then when he entered the Tamasika Ahankara and he crossed, means that means in his body, whatever that means he is already in the subtle body, na, this yogi. So that means his subtle sense objects are merged into the false ego. When he crossed to the Rajasika Ahankara, that means his knowledge senses and working senses, both which are in the subtle form, both are merged into the Rajasika Ahankara. Now he is with the pure mind, which is from the Satvika Ahankara. So when he crossed that, so that is also is merged there. Okay, one thing he will keep on living.
It is said this false ego. Actually, yoga is one. There is not 2 yogos are there. Either it can be false ego or real ego. So similar way, it is the 3rd canto, the Nirdhati Jiva Kosam, just like power of devotional service like fire, and the subtle body dissolves it. So by doing bhakti, the real ego manifests, and there's not 2 yogos. When person.
Okay, later I will discuss this. Creation 3 egos are there, bro. So false ego is threefold. Huh? Who? Jay Gopinath, yes. Unmute Jay Gopinath Prabhu. Mataji. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
यस प्रभु जी, आपने जो अभी डायग्राम बताया था उसमें जो लेयर्स बताए, जैसे बीच में गर्भोदक शाही विष्णु हैं और उनके आसपास पूरा ब्रह्मांड, 7 उच्चतर लोक, 7 निम्नतर लोक हैं, उसके बाद में पृथ्वी का आवरण है, सारे आवरण शुरू होते हैं। तो जैसे यहाँ पे परपोर्ट में समझाया है कि दृश्य जगत का विस्तार 4 अरब मील है, तो विच इज दृश्य जगत, विच इज दृश्य जगत प्रभु, जो आपने बताया 4 जो लेयर है वो पृथ्वी वाला बताया आपने।
4 अरब मील।
हाँ।
So this is Mataji. This is Drishya Jagat. This inner core.
I can't see the diagram actually.
This inner core. This is the 4 Arab mile.
Okay.
This is the Drishya Jagat. This is this arrow I draw. This diameter. This is 4 billion. This is 4 billion. This is the Drishya Jagat.
Okay. And then after Drishya Jagat, there will be earth core.
Yes, this is earth core. This is why.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Jay Gopinath Prabhu.
Correction. I have this curiosity to know that we are having these layers: earth, water, fire, air, and then the ether layer, and then it goes into the layer of ego. Some or other, when we see the elements, we say Bhumira Panalo Vayu come, and then Mano Buddhi, and then Ahankaram. Some or other that Mano and the Buddhi is missing. Can we assume that this Mano and Buddhi can be compared to the subtler forms of senses and the sense objects and the working senses are there in the mind and intelligence? That is where that layer where in the ego that they are dissolved.
But Prabhu, in that 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita, there come Mano Buddhi. So that Mano Buddhi is directly not representing the layers of the creation actually. So because here we are seeing the cause of the all the time, what we are seeing the cause of the other one as the outside. Yes, first we are seeing the earth.
Yeah.
Earth is earth layer. So this is the earth layer. So earth layer is coming from what? Water. So that's why water is the cause for the earth. So that's why cause will be the outside and the effect should be inside. So similarly, water is coming from the fire. So that's why fire is outside. Fire is coming from the air. Air is coming from the ether. So ether, and next this in ether we are having these sense objects. So which are also just included to that, and those are all coming from the false ego, and false ego is coming from the Mahat. So that's why the cause will be the outside. This way we should take.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the principle actually here. Why Brahmanda is covered like this? Because in the Brahmanda, whatever is the cause, it will be the outside to that. And outside to Mahat, what is there? There is a Pradhana. And outside to the Pradhana, who is the cause for the Pradhana? Karnano Sai Vishnu. He will be the outside. And who is the cause for him? Sankarshan. So he will be the outside to that. Who is the cause for him? Yeah, like this. That means another Sankarshan and also the. Yeah. So Balaram will be there, and who will be the cause of Balaram? So so he will be the outside to everything. So like this it will go. So cause will be the outside. That is the principle.
A small sub question. Then where this mind which comes from the Sattvic Ahankar and the intelligence which comes from the Rajasic Ahankar, but that is not.
Sattvic. So that's why we are coming to there only. Now we crossed the Rajasic Ahankara, and what is merged? The senses and the working senses and knowledge senses. Both. Working senses means hand, legs. This is not the hand actually. In this, there is a very subtle form of, so hand is there. So very minute form. So that is the hand. So that is merged in the false ego. So that means you crossed the Rajasic Ahankara, means whatever products are coming from that are merged there itself. Finished. So then you will be coming out with the next Ucha Ahankara is there, Sattvic Ahankara. So when you cross the Sattvic Ahankara, means mind is dropped there only, because beyond that it will not be there, because without that, without the cause, how the effect will be possible. So that's why this yogi, whatever mind he is having, that is merged in the Sattvic Ahankara. Then he is entering into the, in this 30th sloka, we are leaving the mind. Mind is also merged. And then finally he is entering into the Mahat. So when he entered to Mahat, then his Ahankara is finished. Ahankara is finished. Then he is, Mahat. Yes. This is the. Purport, a pure self-realization, as we have several times discussed. Okay, this. Purport, you all. Radha Gordhan Prabhu asked question. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. For this clarification, just I tabulated cause and effect. Water is the cause for earth, and then gradually fire, air, sky, and for the sky there is cause is false ego.
Yes.
And for the false ego,
sky, you are going to have the sky is coming from where? From the sound actually. So that means the sense objects will be there actually. On the top of the sky, what you should take in the, that means otherwise you can include in the layer of the sky only. What I said? Sense objects. That means, so sound, touch, form, smell, taste and smell. These also you should add. Radha Gordhan Prabhu, you are getting?
if you can explain it further, please.
See, Prabhu, this is sky, na? Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, sky is coming from whom? Actually, if you see,
false ego.
Not false ego. Before production of the sky, we will be having the sense objects.
Tamas.
Sense objects, Prabhu.
Okay, sense objects.
So you see, false ego is 3 types. Ego is Sattvic. This is Tamasic, Rajasic, and Sattvic. How first 5 sense objects will come. Then after that, 5 gross elements will come.
Right.
So you have to cross this, na?
Yes.
These 5 sense objects. So that means sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. These will be included in the sky only because they are minute, and these are crossed. Then after that, you will be entering into the false ego.
Okay.
And when you cross the false ego is also 3 types. Tamasika Ahankara. So when you cross the Tamasika Ahankara, so these objects of the senses are merged there itself. So that yogi's body, there will be these sense objects will be there, subtle sense objects. Then he will be crossing to the next level of the Ahankara, that is the Rajasic Ahankara. When he crosses, then yogis, that's a gross, subtle working senses and knowledge senses, those will be merged. And then when he enters into the Sattvic Ahankara, this layer is having 3 subparts, false ego. Huh? Siddha Hari Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, I have heard earlier in third canto there's a discussion. I can't find it right now, but I can find it later. That the creation of these set of elements like sound, touch, what else? Smell, taste. These all are produced subsequently in the order that sound produces sky, and then from sky comes the next sense organ. So, but you are saying that these subtle sense organs are at the top of the sky layer. So this is not really the way the creation happens.
Yes, that is a Panchikarna process. First sky, first sound is coming, and from the sound, so there is a manifestation of the sky, and then after that there is a production of the touch, and then from that touch, who is this?
From touch comes the air.
Yeah, so from the touch we will be getting the air. So like this will be seen. This is the process of this, and yeah.
So that is not corresponding here what you are drawing.
This is actually in the simple sense you will be seeing the sense objects are created and the sense cross elements are created. So, but actually that is the process, the manifestation happens when you do, but basically these 5 elements only coming, Prabhu. First of all, from the false ego, these subtle things are coming. So they are mixed and finally the gross elements are made. That means it doesn't mean that without the sky, so there is no touch. No, it's not like that actually. The subtle elements are there, but they mix together and they are produced. That Panchikarna process is not so much clear actually. Very many acharyas have many kinds. Upanishads also. So they are also, if sky means you cannot get the pure sky. Sky is also having that element as the 1/3 and remaining all are having is divided into among 4. So like this, some kind of different half, that is having the half and remaining all 4. Sky means one half of the pure sky plus 1/8 of the fire and 1/8 of the 1/8 of the air and 1/8 portion of the fire, 1/8 portion of the water, and 1/8 portion of the earth. So there are a lot of different various explanations are there in this, in the Upanishads also. Okay, so simple understanding is, so according to our Acharya is saying Jiva Goswami what? So he is crossing he is saying how he is explaining in his commentary. All the time you should take the outside is the cause and inside layer will be the effect. And he said there is a sky, and after that sky, so there is so in that sky only you should include these 5 sense objects, he said. So that's why I am taking those as a cumulatively. You understood? Why I am taking these 5 sense objects? Because Jiva Goswami is writing in his commentary. So these 5 sense objects are there in the layer of sky. It is considered in the layer of the sky. So that's why I am taking those are all as outside to the are they just here? You can take this is the portion, this is the sky layer, and he will be taking this is just included here because you cannot make one layer for this. So he is saying like this because these are very subtle and they are just to this included in the sky, these 5 subtle elements. This is the proof actually why I am taking, because commentary is written. No, that is the cause actually. Cause will be the outside. You're understanding? So what earth is coming from what? Water. So water is outside. Water is coming from fire. Fire is outside. Fire is coming from the air. Air is outside. Sky is coming from the outside. From this sound. So so that's why it is. The subtle elements are outside to the sky, and it is coming from the tamasic ahankara. Tamasic ahankara will be the outside. When he crossed the tamasika ahankara means these subtle elements, these subtle elements are already left from this body. And then when he crossed this is also 3 layers are there. This is the tamasika, rajasika and satvika. So when he crossed this, so rajasika layer, then working senses are merged here. And when he crossed the sattvic layer and entered into the mahat, then mind is absorbed. Finish. Okay, you read the commentary purports and I will go to next sloka. Tenatmanatmanamupeti shantam anandamanandamayo vasane etam gatim bhagavatim gato yaha savai punarneha vishajyatenga. Translation: only the purified soul can attain the perfection of association with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction in his constitutional state. Whoever is able to renovate such a devotional perfection is never again attracted by this material world and he never returns. So when he crossed the Mahat Tattva, so he is completely free from all these material objects. So then he is very pure. So then he is getting the Shantam Anandamayaha. That means he is completely free from all the material contamination. Gross body, subtle body, nothing is there with him. He is a complete Anandamaya, like in the Sushupti. In the Sushupti state, what will happen? So for time being, we are disconnected from the Ahankara and also this mind and for ego. Ahankara means ego and the mind and also the senses and sense objects. So that's why one will be realizing the bliss. Same way here, only the purified soul can attain the perfection of attaining with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction in his constitutional state. Yeah. So then where he will reach? So then after tatahatena pradhanena saha atmana swarupena atmanam param brahma adi purusham ananda rupam upayati prakrutyavaranaat paratra karananasaya purushasya stitehe. So that means he crossed the Mahat, and outside to Mahat there is a Pradhana. So then he crossed everything. So he will be where? Then who is there outside? There is Karananasaya Vishnu. So he is entering into him. He is reaching to him. Yeah, Pradhana is also there. Then Karananasaya Vishnu. Because these 7 layers are formed, but these 7 layers are coming from where? Ultimately, from the Pradhana. Yes or no? So that's why Pradhana is it. Of course, it is not a layer, but it is there. It is there outside to this. Yes or no? Mahat is different and Pradhana is different. Mahat is the baby and Pradhana is the mummy. Okay. Yeah. So Pradhana is so that's why before entering into the Karananasaya Vishnu, he should cross the Pradhana also. Of course, it is not considered as a layer, but it is, is there outside to the Brahmanda. Pradhana is also there. Which then? No, that is the Pradhana and Prakriti. Prakriti is the completely neutral. Pradhana is just in the about to produce the pradhana. So in a working state. Mahat is purely, it is the product actually, it's a product of the pradhana. And pradhana and prakriti, nothing more, no, it's not a difference actually. When it is about to work, then we say it is a pradhana. When it is simply, it is in the body of the Lord, before the glancing, then we can call it as prakriti. When immediately it is glanced, so now it is ready to act. So then it is known as pradhana. The active state of the prakriti is known as pradhana. And the pradhana produces mahat. So mahat is the layer of the Brahmanda. But outside to that mahat, who is there? Pradhana is there. That is it. Every Brahmanda is covered with 7 layers. Outside these 7 layers, pradhana is there. One should cross that pradhana and enter into then whom? Yeah, Karanarnam Sai Vishnu.
That is liberation, bro.
Yeah. If he merges in his body, that is, or otherwise he merges in his effulgence, then that is. Why not? Lord is having effulgence. Yeah. So here it is said only the merging into that Karanarnam Sai Vishnu is known as Sahyajya Mukti. Is mentioned. Vishwanath is mentioning like that. Merging into the Brahman means Brahman, that means Brahmana Pratishtaham. So that means, so Lord is the shelter for the effulgence. So that means the effulgence is nothing but so is coming out from the Lord only. So one he is merging, or otherwise merging into him. Both are the Sahyajya Mukti only. Merging into effulgence or merging into him is also known as Sahyajya Mukti.
So Sadhya Mukti will also merge in the effulgence of Karandaksha Vishnu. Sadhya Mukti that.
Yeah, he will also go and merge into that, yes.
Same, bro.
Yes.
Every soul goes to Mahavishnu also. That is also sleeps for it, and then again creation comes.
That is another thing. That is, then at the time, Jivatma, when at the final devastation time, Jivatma is going with the karma. That karma is not left out. And in the Satya Mukti, what will happen? When Jivatma is leaving this body, at that time itself, all the material elements is gone. So pure Jivatma is releasing, and it will immediately, it will go into one shot to the Sahyajya Mukti, into the Brahman. It will reach. That means here Karanarnam Sai Vishnu.
There's no crossing.
He will reach to him. But when you want to, when you have curiosity to know the pleasures in the various layers and various planets, then you will be given with the body. Then you have to dissolve that body. For dissolving that body, then you are crossing the layer by layer, and you are dissolving that. And you are enjoying, seeing and dissolving. It is not out of karma that body is given, that subtle body. Just it is a curiosity you have, that's why you are having that body, and now you have to finish that body. Just by enjoying and leaving, enjoying and leaving, enjoying and leaving. One thing we keep on leaving. Like this. One layer you are crossing, and one thing you are keep on leaving. That ideas, that concept finished. Then it will become pure. This is a Krama Mukti. Understood? Gokulanand Prabhu, clear? Not? Hurry? Huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah. For others, it is clear.
Prabhu, yesterday you said that when Brahma is a devotee, then he goes to Vaikuntha Lokas.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes to spiritual world.
Yeah.
That is not this merging into Brahman, right, Prabhu?
No. And Brahmaji is devotee, then he will go to the spiritual world, and whoever devotees are there in the Satyaloka, they will also go along with the Brahmaji to the spiritual world.
He is Bhakti Misra Yogi, right?
It doesn't mean that he is pure devotee. Only Bhakti Yoga Misra Bhaktas, they will go to the spiritual world. Yoga Misra Bhaktas. Bhakti should be the pradhana.
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhakti Misra Yoga means bhakti is the gauna. Then he will not go to the spiritual world.
Yeah, then he will.
He will
not
go to the Brahman.
Okay, then by the association of Brahma, he will become Yoga Mishra Bhakti. Bhakta. Then he will go to Vaikuntha Lokas. Prabhu, where is it given, Prabhu? I checked the comment.
Third canto, 31st, 32nd chapter.
The same. Okay. Yesterday I checked all the commentaries, but I didn't find this. How he goes to Vaikuntha Lokas. Okay.
Yes. Today I should finish this chapter. Okay. Jai Gopinath Prabhu, tell me.
Yes, Prabhu, I just want to reconfirm that the yogis who don't have that curiosity will not go through the layers. They just directly enter into the Brahman.
Yeah,
and those who have the curiosity, they go up to Brahmaloka and then all the layers and then they enter into Brahman.
Yes.
Is that right, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they have body, na? Because curiosity only they are given with the body, subtle body, and then they have to dissolve that body. So by that body, why it is given? Just to see the pleasure in the various planets and various layers. And now that is dissolved when he is crossing over the different so layers. That layer is the cause for the certain portion of that body that is dissolved there, and he is crossing. And then this cause is crossed, then product of that is dissolved there, and it is going up like this.
In Vaishwanara Loka, what is happening, bro?
In the Vaishwanara Loka, this body is becoming fit to enter into the Maharloka. So subtle body is there with him, but that subtle body, it should be transformed into, majorly it should be the pure intelligence. In Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka and Satyaloka, what is the major element? Intelligence is the highest element. So that's why the subtle body should be modified such a way that element should increase. So that's why it is becoming like that. There the Vaishwanara, there burns out some gross things. That means gross means the major portion should be the intelligence. That's why it should be. Some modification will happen there in the body. Huh? Oh. Yanti Pitrun. So who will reach to the Pitruloka? Who are worshipping the Pitru Devatas, they will reach. Not everyone. Devan Yanti Devavrataha, Pitrun Yanti Pitruvrataha. So Pitru, who are worshippers of the Pitru Devata, they will enter to the Pitruloka. Not everyone. Yeah. What else? Okay, done. Bro, yes.
One is when you mentioned that Jiva Goswami counts 8 layers.
Yeah.
That 8 layer is the pradhana?
No. 8th layer he is counting this subtle elements. Rupa Rasagandha Sparsha Shabda. Taste, form. This he is taking as 1 layer, but included in the Akash. Then he is saying 8 layers.
So pradhana is not a layer.
Pradhana is not layer, but it is the cause, that's why it is outside to these layers. Yeah.
Okay, and the yogi who attains liberation through the Brahmaranda,
yeah,
that yogi has to go through the layers. That yogi has to go through the layers. The one described in verse 21, who attains, doesn't have the curiosity to go through the Brahmaloka.
Yeah, whoever has curiosity, they will get the body. Otherwise, they don't get, na?
Yeah, but if you don't go to Krama,
Satya Mukti,
if you just go to Satya Mukti, do you have to go through the layers?
He will
just go directly to
definitely he will go through the layers, means he will not see the enjoyment there actually. Because he doesn't have any faculties with him. No faculties. It's a pure soul is coming out from this body. So then he's no time to wait there actually, because their body is not at all having, the soul is not having any body there. So then how can you enjoy anything? How can you see? It's immediately enter to the, into the Brahman.
Yes, so he doesn't go through this step of the layers.
There is no process of leaving the one element and.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to take a body of water, a body of.
Yeah.
He just goes.
Yes. It's clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. So write the difference between the Sadhyo Mukti and Krama Mukti. You should write for this, in the process of Sadhyo Mukti, so Jivatma is coming out from the Brahmarandra without any subtle body. That's why it is not going to cross the, or it is not going to see the enjoyment in the various layers, because it is not with the any faculties of the enjoyment. That means any upakaranas, that means any body is not there. So that's why. And but in the case of the Krama Mukti, in the case, so he is having the curiosity, that's why he's given with the body. So now using that body, he is seeing the pleasure in the various planets, and he is keep on living. So this difference you should write. 3 marks. Okay. We'll go to the next. Very important slokas are remaining. Main slokas are remaining. Actually, whole, this is partial actually. Main slokas are still remaining. The cream of this chapter is remaining now. So half an hour extra we should take today also then, if you ask questions. I'm going to purport you read, all of you. Yete Sruti te Nrupaveda Gite Tvaya Bhiprushte cha Sanatane cha Ye vai pura Brahmana ahatushta Aradhito Bhagavan Vasudevaha. Translation: Your Majesty, Maharaja Parikshit, know that all that I have described in reply to your proper inquiry is just according to the version of the Vedas, and it is eternal truth. This was described personally by Lord Krishna unto Brahma, with whom the Lord was satisfied upon being properly worshipped. So Sukadeva Goswami is saying, whatever I said, that is from the Vedas, and it is eternal truth. This is also described by the Lord to the Brahma. So, Pura Brahmane Aha Tushtaha Bhagavan Vasudevaha. So let us see any commentary on this. So there are the two. Ete Sruti. Sruti means paths. 2 paths are there. What are those 2? One is the Sadhyo Mukti, another is Krama Mukti. These 2 paths are said by whom? By the Vedas. And Ete means Divachan. Atha Martyah Amrutah Bhavatyatra Brahma Samanushruti iti Sadhyo Muktihi te Archivir. So these 2 processes are said by the Vedas, and also it is explained to the Brahmaji by the Bhagavan. So just he is saying, after saying something, you should give the reference, na? So Sukadeva Goswami is giving the reference. So it is from the Vedas. In Vedas, which part? So if you want to know, you can write this in the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary. Atha martyomruto bhavatyatra brahma samanushute samanushunata samashnuta. This is the sloka. I don't know from where it is. Iti sadhyo muktihi te archibir abhisamanvanti ityadina karma muktischa vedena eva uktaha. In Veda, which part, which sloka is telling about this is given in the Vishwanath Chavaka Thakur commentary. You note it. Next sloka. In Guru Parampara, Prabhupada is explaining in the purport, authenticity of Guru Parampara. So please read it and understand. Nothing special. Okay. Nahyatonya Shiva Pan. Nahyanyatonya Shiva Panta. Vishata Samsruta Viha. Vasudeve Bhagavati. Bhakti Yogo Yato Bhavet. Translation. For those who are wandering in the material universe, there is no more auspicious means of deliverance than what is aimed at in the direct devotional service of the Krishna. So from here onwards, we will be seeing the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami. Very important, and we should focus now. This is time for focusing. 5 minutes break, then I will take half an hour. You people want everything and clarity, and also without time, without giving time. Too much. You'll be getting the most of the exam questions. These are all you'll be getting in the exam. This section is important section. So that's a carefully you hear. Till now, how many questions? Only for second chapter. I have total 1 and 2. Okay. We have total 5 chapters, 1 exam. Prabhu?
Well, the questions are already in the...
Yeah, that is those are matching. Many are matching. Yeah. No problem. Don't worry about the question banks. I will give you some hints, clues. You focus on that. Okay. So in this chapter, important question is, that's 15 marks. What I said? 8 to 30. Yeah. That is one question. And next from 32 to 33 to 37, these 4 slokas. Also very important. I will frame a question on this. So that is also very important. Okay. 15 marks is very important. Okay. Understood? So now you see the meaning of this sloka. What this sloka is saying? What is the meaning? For those who are wandering in the material universe, there is no more auspicious means of deliverance than what is aimed at in the direct devotional service of Lord Krishna. Nahi atah anyah shivaha panta vishatah samsrutau iha. Yatah vasudeve bhagavati bhakti yogah bhavet. There is no other path is auspicious than the one which gives bhakti in Vasudeva. Like savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshari. Vaisahi, like the same way, Yasudeve bhagavati bhakti yoga yato bhavet. Same. That means that is what is the highest dharma is recommended for the mankind, from which are the one which brings the bhakti in the Vasudeva. That is the highest dharma. Similarly, what is the best path in this whole universe which gives the bhakti in Vasudeva? That is the best path. Not these two. Already we discussed 2 paths till now. What are those 2 paths? Kramamukti and Satyomukti. So, and also maybe so Gnana Marga and other Margas also might be there. But what is that best? Best is that the path, that path is the best one which brings the bhakti in Vasudeva. Like in the Bhagavad Gita also says, na, after explaining everything. So yeah, Sakshat Bhakti is only. So here, see, instead of saying the direct Bhakti, he is saying that path is the best one which brings Bhakti in Vasudeva. So that means working for the Krishna, doing the things for the Krishna is the path, is the best, he said. That means then what to speak about the direct devotion in the Krishna? Then that is obviously superior to this also. Understand? What I am saying, try to understand carefully. I am saying the path which brings bhakti in Vasudeva is the highest than the Satyamukti and the Kramamukti and others. That means the path which brings in the bhakti in the Vasudeva means, what is the meaning? That means one should work to please the Lord. If that is the best, and even compared to that, what is the best one? Sakshat Bhakti. This here in this sloka, what is said? The one which brings bhakti in the Vasudeva is the best. But compared to that, what is the best? Sakshat Bhakti. That's obvious understanding. Yes or no? That Jiva Goswami is saying. Sakshat Bhakti Yogasya tu Kaimutyeva Anitam. If there is two animals are there, this cat can defeat that animal. Then what to speak of? Tiger. Tiger easily can defeat or not. So similarly here, the path which brings the bhakti in the Vasudeva is the good, is said. Then what to speak of the Sakshat Bhakti? Huh? It is obviously topmost, highest. Yes or no? That is offering the results to the Lord. That be working for the Krishna. Doing some, that Nishkam Karma is different. They are not having any love for the Krishna. They are simply desire of the liberation. Huh? Yes, Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
Sorry, bro, small request that they can speak in the mic. They're asking 1 point or 2 points and you are answering.
Prabhu. I don't know. Good, Prabhu. Siddhari Prabhu, we are missing you. These people are not hearing me. What should I do? If you are here, then you are forcing everyone to take. And we are not finding any replacement for you. All are slow and very... So this our what is Pidambar Chaitanya Prabhu always he will never take mic. Mic is with him only, but he will never take. Okay. So it is a request actually. See, they will get difficulty actually. They will lose the connection actually. What is happening, they cannot understand. Yes, Prabhu, please.
In the purport from Jiva Goswami that you're reading, when he says Sakshat Bhakti,
yeah.
In the translation that I have, there is also the Satya Mukti. It is described as Jnana. And I can read the translation. Having spoken of immediate liberation and gradual liberation, Krama Mukti, and Jnana and Astanga Yoga. So what does it mean that in Jnana and Astanga Yoga?
So in the previous topic, in this chapter, previously we heard Satya Mukti and the Krama Mukti. So Gnana Yoga Uktau. So sadyo mukti krama mukti upayo gnana yogau uktau. Sadyo mukti and the krama mukti is said. So what are the means for this? Either gnana or the yoga. Sadyo mukti for the gnanis, sadyo mukti for the yogis, krama mukti for the gnanis and karma mukti for the yogis is possible actually. We discussed the yogis, and obviously in other places we will be seeing. So sadyo mukti and krama mukti for the gnanis also. So that means this gnana and yoga are the techniques, upaya. That means is a means for the krama mukti and the sadyo mukti. Those are all discussed. Then after that, now what is said? It is said that, so that means offering the results or working for the Krishna is said as the highest mean. So then what to speak of the Sakshat Bhakti? It is obviously top to this also. Yes?
It's saying that Nishkama Karma Yoga would...
Not Nishkama
No.
Karma Yoga. So in the Nishkama Karma Yoga, he is not working for the satisfaction of the Hari. He is just leaving the results on the Hari. That means leaving results with what mood? Just to come out from the bondage of the material karma, then that is not devotion.
So it's Karma Mishra Bhakti, then?
That is Nishkama Karma Yoga. Yeah. Okay. So Karma Mishra Bhakti is different. Karma Mishra Bhakti means you are doing the karma and also bhakti. We explained in the Narada's chapter actually. Karma Mishra Bhakti.
Yeah. So when he's saying here that the offering action to the Lord is a cause of bhakti yoga,
Huh?
offering action to the Lord is superior to this, to Satya Mukti and Krama Mukti, correct?
This is what with out of devotion he is doing, offering. Offering results is not the direct devotion actually. You are working for somewhere in the, you are working field and producing the rice and giving that for the Krishna's sake. That is actually is not directly you are not chanting, but you are just doing this. Then that will ultimately bring you in you the Vasudeva Katharuchi. That is Savai Pumsam Parodharma is saying. If you work for Krishna, then what will happen? So then that will bring the, that means Atah Pumbirdi Shreshtra Varnasham Vibhagshaha Samsiddhir Sanishdas Dharmas, sorry, Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. So okay, so if you work in the, if you are doing prescribed duties for the satisfaction of the Hari, then what will bring? That will bring the Vasudeva Katharuchi. So then after that, what you should do? You should hear and the chant and you should glorify. That is Sakshat Bhakti. That is highest. Then simply working for the Krishna. Because while working for the Krishna means you are doing some prescribed duties and you are offering that results for the pleasure of the Krishna only. Then that is not highest actually. So highest is fully engaged. That means your senses and mind in the service of the Krishna. But there you are doing some karma, that is material activities, and but offering that to this. But in the Nishkama Karma Yoga, he doesn't have any concept of pleasing Krishna. He is having the only concept of leaving the results. But that leaving the results, where he should live? He should live to the Krishna. But out of love, no, he doesn't have any love. His mood is what? His mood is coming out from the bondage. That is the thing.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
One question. Why we call this is highest path?
Why means?
Means every path has obstacles.
Sakshat Bhakti is the highest. That means always engaging in the, that means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. These are the highest. Okay. Santi samsaratah punso bahuvah moksha margaha tapo yogadayah samichanah tu ayameva. Okay, so Siddhar Swami's commentary is saying, then after that finally he is saying that, so even the same thing is said. This sloka is the parallel sloka to the Savai Pumsam Parodharma. Write the parallel sloka to the Na Hyatonya Shiva. 2 marks. Parallel meaning. So the sloka which is giving the parallel meaning, same meaning. Next, 34. Bhagavan Brahma, purpose you should read. I have less time. Bhagavan Brahma Karsnena Triranviksha Manishaya Tadadyavasyat Kotasto Ratiratman Yato Bhavet. I can give some surprising questions from important purports. This last purport is there. That's 30. No, 20, 30. 30th sloka's purport is very important. I will give you the question on this. 30th, 30. Yeah. Prabhupada is explaining about the Bhakti Lata. So, how to protect the Bhakti Lata, it is explained very clearly. Yeah, this is important and I will ask later. You all read this 30th chapter. Sloka 2.2.30 purport. Write the salient points from the 2.2.30. 30. Huh? Why say the thing? Everything is in front of you now. Everything clear. Paper is clear. Answer is clear. Questions are clear. Next. Marks. 10 marks. Write 10 points from this. Write the salient points from 2.2.30. 30. 10 salient points. 10 marks. Bhagavan Brahma Karsnena Triranviksha Manishya Tadadyavasyat Kotas. Now in this sloka, what is happening? So what is the proof? So Parikshit may get immediately doubt. Hey, how can you say? So the path which brings the devotion, the Vasudeva is the highest. How can you say? What is the proof? Then Sukadeva Goswami immediately is saying, once upon a time, what happened? So translation, the great personality Brahma, with great attention and concentration of the mind, studied the Vedas 3 times. And after scrutinizingly examining them, he ascertained that attraction for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the highest perfection of religion. No. He ascertained that the one which brings Rati in the Vasudeva is the highest. Yataha Ratir Bhavet, by which Rati comes in Vasudeva, is the conclusion of Vedas. Once upon a time, what happened? Brahmaji was thinking. So what is the summary of this all Vedas? 4 Vedas are there, so many chapters and so many mantras. So then what he did? So 3 times he verified that. 3 times from the starting to ending he saw. First considering karma as the conclusion. He's thinking maybe karma is the conclusion of the Vedas. With that angle he saw. No, karma is not, is the conclusion of the Vedas. Then after the second time he saw all the Vedas with the angle of it, considering Jnana is the conclusion. With that perspective he saw, but even Jnana is not the conclusion of Vedas. Then third time he considered Bhakti can be the conclusion of the Vedas, and with that angle he saw. Then yes, that is matching. Okay, understood? So that means what? Sukadeva Goswami, after explaining Sadhya Mukti, Karma Mukti, everything, he is establishing the ultimately Bhakti only. This is. So Bhagavan means here you what you should take in this sloka. Bhagavan means Brahmaji. Brahma means what you should take? Vedas. Bhagavan means Brahma. Brahma means Vedas. Three means three in Varan, 3 times. Kartsnena means complete Vedas. Manisha by his intelligence. Tad adyavasyat means. So after seeing that, then what he concluded? Yataha ratihi bhavet. Kutra? Yataha ratihi bhavet. In the Supreme Lord. Atman means Atmani you should take. Here Yataha rati bhavet Kotasto ratir Atman is given. So Atmani is also possible. In the word to word meaning, Atmani is given. That means in Atma. Atma means here whom you should take? Atma means who? Hari. Atma means Hari. If you see the Vishnu Sahasranam, one of the name of the Hari is what? Atma. And also you can understand from the context. So from the conclusion what we are saying, Harihi Tasma Sarvatmana Rajan Hari Sarvatra Sarvada Srotavya Kirtitavya Smartavya Bhagavan Runam 36 sloka in that Hari is mentioned. So here that's why Atmani means what you should take from the context? Hari. Okay, clear? Go to the next sloka. 35. This is important, 35. Bhagavan sarva bhuteshu lakshita swatmana harihi drushyair buddhyadebhir drashta lakshanair anumapakaihi. So then one question will come. Okay, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that anyway Sadhya Mukti, Krama Mukti, hatao. Yes, just leave them. And you do bhakti in Hari. That is the conclusion. Then Pitambar Chaitanya Prabhu can ask question. But how to believe? Others how can understand this? How others can get this idea of Hari? Hari is there. How can you come to this conclusion? How to understand Hari is existing? Is there any process? Did you see Hari? No, but still we are understanding. Is there any process to understand, to logically, can you understand Hari? Is there any mean to understand or to accept the existence of Hari? Yes, that is explained here. How others can get the faith in existence of Hari is explained here. Nanu itaresham tavat katam tasmin bhagavati astikya buddhihi syat. That means how one can believe Hari? This is the question Purva Pakshi is raising. Yes, the best path is worshipping Hari. Then how the people can get faith in him? This is the question from the Purva Pakshi. Then answer is this sloka. 35th sloka is the answer for which question? Tapomai. Prabhu.
Purvabakshi says the three type of one is the
Three types क्यों बोल रहे? Why you are saying three types?
so, Bhakti and others too, the Krama Mukti, Shadujya Mukti. Why Bhakti is the best?
Why bhakti is the best? How can we get the trust in Hari? Astikya buddhi means how one can believe Hari. What is the way? So the way is
Shukadev Goswami says here.
this sloka. Yes, see now the answer. Swatmana swachittena. See the commentary. Prathamam drashta jivaha lakshitaha. First of all, one should understand there is Jivatma. Then you can understand Paramatma. Then you can understand Bhagavan. These are the steps. First what? Yeah, Jivatma. How can you guess there is Jivatma in your body? How to guess? That he is said here. Drushaihi buddhyadibhi drashta. Drashta means Jivatma. Lakshanaihi anumapakaihi. First what? Swatmana swachittena prathamam drashta jivatah lakshitah drushaihi buddhyadibhi. First we can guess there is existence of Jivatma. How to guess? By seeing the Drishyanam Jadanam Buddhyadinam. Okay. So Chittena Pradhamam Drashta Jivaha Lakshitaha Drishyahi Buddhyadibhi. Tadeva Didha Darsheti. Drishyanam Jadanam Buddhyadinam Darshanam Swaprakasham Drashtar Vina na Ghatate. So example is how to know there is a Jivatma. So because now you are seeing the object. This is the object. You are seeing this marker. This is the object being seen. And this is the object being seen. That means there should be one seer, drashta. So that means this object is proving what? Existence of seer. Existence of seer. This is the thing. And also buddhi, intelligence. Intelligence is only a tool. But we are seeing the intelligence is working in the people. And intelligence by nature is the inert material. And it is only tool. And now it is working. Means there is person who is using this tool. Now this axe is cutting the tree. What axe is cutting the tree? Then axe can be the doer? No, axe is only the instrument. If there is an instrument, there should be a user of that instrument. If buddhi is the instrument, and there should be a buddhiman. That means there is a person who is using that. So these two things prove existence of jiva, soul. Okay, clear? First Jivatma is proved. Saradakanti Prabhu. How? Tell me.
I need to be clear again actually.
It's not clear. Good. So, how to prove the Jivatma? Jivatma is by seeing by just objects being seen and by the buddhi. Drishyahi buddhyadibihi. Drishya means object being seen. If there is object being seen means there is a seer. And if there is a intelligence is there, which is the instrument, then there should be a person who is using that. So that's these two things prove the Jivatma. Then what? Then we have to understand तथा बुद्ध्यादीनि कर्तृप्रयोजनानि करणत्वाद् वास्यादिवत् व्याप्ति द्वारा अनुमापकैरिति अतः भगवान् अपि लक्षितः केन सर्वेषु भूतेषु द्रष्टुषु प्रविष्टेन स्वात्मना स्वांस्वरूपेण अंतर्यामिना. So even you can guess Bhagavan by the antaryami. You can guess Bhagavan by using antaryami. But you have to first prove. To prove the Bhagavan can be proved by the existence of antaryami. But first you have to prove the existence of antaryami. Yes. So now the next target is what? Now Paramatma, existence of Paramatma we should prove. Write the commentary on 2.2.35 based upon Jiva Goswami. 5 marks. Good. So now Antaryami should be proved. Guessed. How to guess Antaryami is there? Because this Jivatma is not fully dependent. Jivatma is desiring so many things and wanting to do so many things, but everything is not happening. Means on the top of the Jivatma, someone is there based upon the karma of the Jivatma, so he is controlling this Jivatma. Understand? How to guess this Antaryami? Because Jivatma is not working independently. Whatever he wants, he is not able to do that. Someone is ruling him, directing him based upon the previous karma of the Jivatma. Yes? Everyone, whatever you want, you are able to do? No. That means we are. So here it is, what is the sloka? This line is saying, कर्तृ भोक्तृत्वयोः अस्वातंत्र्य दर्शनात् कर्मणोपि जडत्वात् सर्वेषामपि जीवानां तत्र तत्र प्रवृत्ति अंतः प्रयोजक विशेषं विना न घटते इत्यनुभवद्वारा अंतर्यामी. So how to indicate the antaryami? How to guess the antaryami? So see, कर्तृ भोक्तृयोः. If you want to do whatever you want to do, you are not able to do that. Whatever you want to enjoy, you cannot enjoy that independently, completely. You are not restricted. So that is restricted by what? That is restricted by the karma. But karma is any active thing. It is the jada. That means someone should be applying the karma on you. Someone is sanctioning the things to you based upon karma. Because karma cannot control independently. Because karma is a person, is not an active thing, it is a jada. Karma is jada. So that's why there should be a need of one more element. And you are not deciding yourself. So my karma is this, so that's why I should get for this work this much result. Can you decide? You cannot decide. Then everyone will pass their paper actually. They'll put 100. Yeah, that means Antaryami is there. Understood? Rangamaya Prabhu? So, Saranakanti Prabhu? Antaryami is there. Huh? You should accept. Everyone should accept. Any doubt? Anyone reject this? No. Okay. So in this way, one can guess there is existence of Antaryami. And there is other Jivatma is also not deciding. In your case, according to karma, result is given by other Jivatma? No. There should be someone inside. Other than the Jivatma, that is Antaryami. Now Antaryami we proved. Now from the Antaryami we should guess Bhagavan. How to guess? If you take Antaryami itself is the final thing. That means the sum and total absolute truth is Antaryami only if you take. Then what apatti will come? Then Antaryami means what? He is the controller of the Maya and the Jiva. Jiva Shakti and Maya Shakti. That means he is dependent on Maya and Jiva to be Antaryami. That means then he is not a full-fledged unit. So that means Antaryami is what? Sopadikam. What Jiva Goswami is, Sridhar Swami is commenting in the Yajeta Purusham Param. In that 2 slokas, next chapter it is coming. In the next chapter it is coming. What is that 2 slokas? 2, 3, 9 and 10 that Sridhar Swami is saying, for the first Purusha is saying the Sopadikam and second Purusha is saying Nirupadikam. Yes or no? Gokulanand, you are remembering? Huh? Yes. Yes, good Prabhu. So that means Paramatma is Sopadikam. That means he is having the designation, he is getting the designation of Paramatma based upon Prakriti, Jivatma, Jiva Shakti and the Maya Shakti. So that means he is not complete. Absolute truth means what? It should be Nirupadikam. That means, so Antaryami is indicating, so there is something complete. That is what? That is Bhagavan. Understood? Clear? Antaryami is not complete because he is dependent on to have the designation. Antaryami means is the controller of the Maya and Jiva. That means he is dependent on that Sopadikam. That means he is dependent on the Maya and the Jiva to have his designation. So that is indicating, that means it is not complete. There should be something complete, independent from this. That is what? Bhagavan. We'll go for another 20 minutes. Set your times, everyone. You are coming now, only just now you came to the class. You think. And you are going to finish within 20 minutes class. So nice. Very short. Just set the whole brain to the 0. Now we started class. Huh? What? Huh? Vipin Prabhu? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Any question?
In Jagreha Paurusham Rupam, in that slok you have explained about the concept of Upadhi which Paramatma was having.
Yeah.
So this also can be included here. What
yes.
You are saying.
Karananusaya Vishnu, Karananuma, Garbhodaka and Shirodaka. All are the Sopadikam. Purusham means is a Sopadikam. Yeah. There also in that sloka also I explained that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Bhagavan is Nirupadikam and
yes.
Is, dependent Sopadikam. Siddhari Prabhu, you are getting? Yes, okay. Okay, these are the highlights of the commentary. Almost all. Some references also there. I missed it. I am going for the next sloka. Shall I go? Clear? Sloka meaning is clear? How to understand? Whatever I said, if you write that, 5 marks you will get. Marks also important and subject is also important. If one is learning from the subject, from the marks, then I will encourage for marks also. Tasma sarvatmana rajan Hari sarvatra sarvada Srotavyah kirtitavyascha smartavyo bhagavan runam. So, O king, translation, it is therefore essential that every human being hear about, glorify and remember the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, always and everywhere. So that's why what we should do. So now in the previous sloka we established Hari. Any common man, any sober man definitely accept this proposition. Whatever we said. Any common man. Everyone should accept the Hari. Yes or no, Prabhu? Yes. Now that's why what we should do? We should worship Hari. Tasmat. So that's why any person who is going to about to die, what he should do here? What he should do, remember? What he should do chant is said here. This sloka is answer for, then finally, what Parikshit asked the question. So after saying this whole story, he is summarizing Sukadeva Goswami. So much he told. Sadhyo Mukti, Krama Mukti, this, that, and after that. So he said, finally, hatao this, and then, so leave those things, and this from which bhakti comes. Then how to know, how can you say this bhakti is only the ultimate? So Brahmaji also verified that. Then after that he said, then how to understand Hari is there? Then he said, this is the process to understand Hari. You can guess Hari is there. Then finally, that's why finally he's saying, Tasmat. Therefore, you should have Shrotavya Kirtitavya Smartavya Harihi. Bhagavan Harihi. Yeah. Last. Pibanti ye bhagavata atmana satam katamrutam shravana putesu sambrutam punanti te vishaya vidoshitashayam vrajanti tacharana saroruhantikam. Translation final. Those who drink through oral reception, fully filled with the nectarian message of Lord Krishna, the beloved of the devotees, purify the polluted aim of life known as material enjoyment and thus go back Godhead to the lotus feet of him. Finally, what he said? Pibanti ye bhagavata atmanah satam katamrutam. So here, katamrutam is heard or is drunk? Generally, it is heard. Katha, amrutam is heard. But here, drunk is said means it is very, very tasteful actually. It's a very, very tasteful thing. Then that's why the word pibanti is used. Shrunvanti, he didn't use the word. Actually, meaning is Shrunvanti only. With the meaning of Shrunvanti, pibanti word is used. Means this Kathamritam is so much tasteful. That's why it is said pibanti. Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam. There also piba is used. Drinking. So that's why this sloka is establishing. If you want to get rati, what he said, what is the ultimate path? The path which brings the rati in the Krishna is the conclusion of all the Vedas. So what will bring the rati in the Krishna? That is Shravanam. So that's why, that means Shravanam is the pradhana actually. From this sloka, what is established? The importance of that means the importance of this Shravanam is established. The importance of this Shravanam is established for what? For the development of rati. The highly important is what? Shravanam. What is the important limb of devotion in production of rati? And how can you prove it? So you should write Shravanam and you should write this sloka's main translation at least. So that means here here Sukadeva Goswami is saying Rati, the one which brings the Rati, it is the conclusion of the Vedas. And here Sukadeva Goswami is saying that Rati. So for that context, he is saying Pibanti ye Bhagavata Rastam Bhagavata Atmanah Satam. So from this sloka we should understand. So Shravanam is the Pradhana for the production of Rati. Because he didn't say Shravanam, he didn't say Kirtanam, or he didn't say Smaranam. No, he said Pibanti. That's why. In the previous sloka, he said Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Smartavya. But after that, in the next sloka, what he is saying? Pibanti is saying. That means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, he said already. But he is once again saying in the 37 sloka, Pibanti, that means Shravanam, is the highest, is the main process, is the main thing to production of Rati. That's why we should hear holy name attentively. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So you should write like this. Okay? You will make the question bank and answer key. You are making na answer key? Yes. You don't give to anyone. Vipin Purandar Prabhu. What? Okay, last purport I will read. Okay. So after drinking the nectarian pastimes of the Hari, what will happen? They will purify themselves Vishaya Vidushitashayam. That means their heart, which is filled with the Vishaya, that means contamination, that means material desires, that is purified. Then Vrajanti Tacharana Saroruhantikam. Where they will go? They will reach the lotus feet of Lord. This is the conclusion. This is the conclusion of Sukadeva Goswami. What one should do, the about to die, this he has to do. He has to drink the nectar. That's why, my dear Parikshit, I will be now explaining the pastimes of Hari. Srishti Leela he will explain in coming chapters. And then after that, so he will keep on explaining so many things. Parikshit is asking, keep on hearing. Yeah, drinking. So Parikshit Maharaj will start drinking. Okay, Vipin Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
I had one question regarding actually who cleanses the heart, Prabhuji? I just had a question. Is it Paramatma or Bhagwan? Because I know that Bhagwan cleanses, but still I need reference.
This is, we read in the, anyone want to answer this? I said previously also, it is said in which chapter? Yes, you want to say? Oh, question is Prabhuji asking, in the heart contamination there, who is clearing? Paramatma is clearing or someone, Bhagavan is clearing? That is the question now, Prabhu, Vipin Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Paramatma, yes. How? Raise the hand. Paramatma, raise the hand. Fail. Bhagavan. Yeah, Bhagavan. So Bhagavan, Shunvatam Sakatam Krishna,
Punyashravana
Kirtana, Hrudyantasto Hyabhadrani, Vidunoti Surusatam. That means whenever you hear the names of the holy names of the Lord, so in the form of the name, so he's entering into the heart. So actually he is not directly entering actually. There Jiva Goswami writes what? Bhava Rupi. Lord in the form of Bhava. Bhava means not this Bhava. That means our stages of the Bhava. The concept of the Lord. That means the Krishna consciousness, Krishna Bhavanamritam. What do you say? The Krishna Bhava, the consciousness of Krishna. That will purify. Krishna Bhavana will purify. Bhavana Rupi Krishna will purify. You read or not? First canto, second chapter, this sloka's translation, Jiva Goswami's translation, if you see, then you will understand. Direct Krishna is not entering. Direct Krishna, when he will come? That means Mukta Sang Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanu Mukta Sangasya Tada Rajastamo Bhavaha Chetayetairana Viddam Sitam Satve Prasidati. Then after that? Prasanna Manaso
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogata Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana Mukta Sangasya Jayate.
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana Mukta Sangasya Jayate. That means when the heart is completely purified, then he will come on. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana means the direct presence of Lord. Direct presence, direct you can see. Then he will sit in the heart. Otherwise, no. Before that, someone is cleaning. Who is cleaning? Bhavana. Krishna Bhavana. Super soul, why it will do? Super soul, if it does, then everyone's heart should be purified. Then everyone should be super soul. What he will do? He will sanction based upon karma to the results for you. This hand should raise or not. Who will decide? So karma will decide. Then, but who is the decision maker? That means who is doing this activity? That means that is Paramatma is sending his Kriya Shakti or stopping the Kriya Shakti in this hand. And he is just what he does. So he is sanctions. Paramatma sanctions the Kriya Shakti, flowing of Kriya Shakti in this hand. And your karma is not supporting it to have Kriya Shakti in this hand, then this hand is like this. That's the Paramatma duty is that. Yes,
Dunoti Shamalam Krishna, Prabhuji, is it also right?
Huh?
Dunoti Shamalam Krishna. One more shloka reference is there, Prabhuji.
10th canto.
2.8.5.
I don't know the number, Prabhuji. Dunoti Shamalam Krishna. I know the shloka.
Yeah. Yes. Jai Gopinath Prabhu, what you are saying? Quickly.
I have yes. I have a question in understanding too. Between 32 and 33, the transition. I couldn't understand exactly the bhakti part which is mentioned in 33. How it linked to the yoga part which was spoken up to 32. Some or other, I couldn't exactly understand the link between these two and why the jump is made.
Yeah. So see, in the 32, we are seeing what these two paths, what that Krama Mukti and Satya Mukti. These two paths are set by the Vedas. Okay,
yes.
that
yes.
that Sukadeva Goswami is saying. Then after
yes.
saying that, so he is saying what is the best one? Best one is, compared to these two, there is one more thing is there, that is the best one. What is that? So offering the that means results for the satisfaction of Krishna. So that means Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yatho Bhakti Radokshaje Ahaitika Pratihata. So that is the meaning. So after say, that means what is the meaning? If you work for Krishna and if you please the Krishna with that results, so then that means what it is it will bring the taste in the Krishna Katha. So that means hearing the Krishna Katha directly is the Sakshat Bhakti, and that is even superior to this thing. Okay, that is said. Understand?
Yes,
yeah.
So it is just he is just saying the topmost.
Just
after saying this yoga and other things, he says the topmost of the thing.
Yeah, Sadhya Mukti, Kram Mukti. After saying this, then he is saying the topmost thing. That is said in the 33. So why that is only is said in the 34? That means Brahmaji is also including. Yeah. Then how to know the Hari? Can you get? That means others how they can come to know Hari is there. Then there is a, so guessing, how can you guess Hari's existence? That is said. Okay. Then that's why you should chant the holy names Hari Srotavya Kirtitavyasya. In this also these three are mentioned, Shravanam, Kirtana, Smarana. But which is the best one for the Rati, getting Rati? That is a Pibanti. That is a, okay, clear. This is the connection.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, bro. Next purport. The sufferings of human society are due to polluted aim of life, namely lording it over the material resources. The more human society engages in the exploitation of undeveloped material resources for sense gratification, the more it will be entrapped by the illusory material energy of the Lord, and thus the distress of the world will be intensified instead of diminished. The human necessities of life are fully supplied by the Lord in the shape of food grains, milk, fruit, wood, stone, sugar, silk, jewel, cotton, salt, water, vegetables, and so on, in sufficient quantity to feed and care for the human race of the world as well as living beings on each and every planet within the universe. The supply source is complete. So that means Prabhupada is saying in this purport, instead of wasting in inventing the new technology, one should dependent on land, cows, and Krishna. What is that? Land, cows, and Krishna. Land, cows, and Krishna. You should remember this. This is the necessary. What you want to maintain body, you need to have the food. So grains, that is coming from the land and the cows. Land, cows, and Krishna. This is sufficient actually. So devotees should come to this consciousness. Lands, cows, and Krishna. So the supply source is complete, and only a little energy by the human beings is required to get his necessities into the proper channel. There is no need of machines and tools or huge steel plants for artificially creating comforts of life. No need. Life is never made comfortable by artificial needs, but by plain living and high thinking. So life will become happy by the simple living, high thinking. Simple living, high thinking. Simple living, high thinking. 3 times. So that is the number. As many as goods we increase, then we will be getting the complications. So our Dr. Saab can explain actually. So if you stay in the AC, then your problem will increase. Yes or no? Chlorofluorocarbons will release and deplete the ozone layer and so many other problems. Not only that, even for the individual health also, you will be having so many, immunity is reduced and problem will increase.
Bro, outside world, bro, high thinking and simple living, something like that.
In the high living and simple thinking. No thinking. So this is important. And the Goswami, namely sufficiently hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, next, the highest perfectional thinking of human society is suggested here by Sukadeva Goswami, namely sufficiently hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the high thinking means what? So Pibantiye Bhagavata Atmanah Satam. This understanding this concept, and this is high thinking actually. That means in the 36th sloka it is said, na 34 5th sloka. High thinking means understanding the existence of the Bhagavan. This is the real intelligence actually. This is high thinking. So first understanding the existence of Jivatma, Antaryami, then Bhagavan. This is high thinking. And chanting holy names, about glorifying him, this is high thinking. Not the solving some so-called calculus, mathematics, and some C programming. This is not the high thinking. This is the low thinking. For men in this age of Kali, when they have lost the perfect vision of life, in Srimad Bhagavatam is the torchlight by which to see the real path. So now the whole world is filled with ignorance. Everything is messed up. Nothing is directed. That means nothing is properly is visible. All the duties are messed up. Whole life is messed up, chaos. Then how to see the things then properly in this dark world? What we need? We need the eyes of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Purana Arkodhanodita, very good. This is Arka. Srimad Bhagavatam is the sun. So in the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam, you should see the things. Then that is the real seeing. That means every politician and every leader of the society, family leader, social leader, any leader, teachers, all these are all leaders. Every leader should be knowing the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is the only the one who can show you the right path. There is no other scriptures. So that is a very important. That's why we should study Srimad Bhagavatam very thoroughly, very scrutinizingly, and understand it, and also recite it, teach, apply all. For men in this age of Kali, when they have lost the perfect vision of life, the Srimad Bhagavatam is the torchlight by which to see the real path. Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada has commented on the Kathamritam mentioned in this verse and has indicated Srimad Bhagavatam to be the nectarian message of personality of Godhead. By sufficient hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, the polluted aim of life, namely lording it over matter, will subside, and the people in general in all parts of the world will be able to live a peaceful life of knowledge and bliss. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam has to be spread. For a pure devotee of the Lord, any topics in relation with his name, fame, quality, entourage, etc. are all pleasing, and because such topics have been approved by the great devotees like Narada, Hanuman, so Nanda Maharaj and other inhabitants of Vrindavan, certainly such messages are transcendental and pleasing to the heart of the soul. So anything related to, so these devotees are also, transcendental, and by the constant hearing of the messages of Bhagavad Gita and the later of Srimad Bhagavatam, one is assured herein by Srila Sukadeva Goswami that he will reach the personality of Godhead and render him transcendental loving service in spiritual planet of the name Goloka Vrindavan, which resembles a huge lotus flower. Thus, by the process of Bhakti Yoga directly accepted as suggested in this verse, by sufficient hearing of the transcendental message of the Lord, the material contamination is directly eliminated without one's attempt to contemplate the impersonal Virat conception of the Lord. And by practicing Bhakti Yoga, if the performer is not purified from the material contamination, he must be pseudo devotee. So see Prabhupada what he is saying. There is no need to meditate on Virat Purusha. So only just hearing the holy names. Even after doing that hearing, so if a heart is not purified, means he is pseudo devotee. Pseudo devotee means is Kutila. Kutilaha. For such an impostor, there is no remedy for being freed from material entanglement. There is no remedy for them. Okay. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of second canto, second chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Lord in the Heart. Okay, for patient hearing, today also you gave half an hour, and so you donated half an hour for me peacefully, and thank you very much for this. So also I gave the 15 marks question for you as a compensation for this. Okay. So okay, we should make question on the this section. So Hannah, so already one question I made, no? Okay, 2 questions I made. Okay, done. Srila Prabhupada ki